Hi guys, how we doing? Phil Kitty here, and just continuing and with my OLSP 50-day challenge. And today, believe it or not, is actually day 50. I can't believe how quick it's gone, and how the days have just flown by. But it is actually day 50. There's no real subject for today. Just been talking about doing challenges and things like that. So I'm just fiddling with the phone on the side. Those of you who've been watching or catch the replays and stuff like that. Just to, because the program I use to make the lives does run a little bit behind the phones and things like that. So there's a bit of a delay. So I use the phone to sort of catch up on people watching and any missed comments. So I made a post on my Facebook timeline today announcing that it is day 50 of the 50-day challenge. I knew without a shadow of a doubt when I started, barring emergency, that I would be able to complete the challenge. And because when I set myself a challenge, I tend to stick to it. There was 2 or 3 people at the beginning who said, yeah, I'll jump on, I'll do it with you. And needless to say, I don't think any of them lasted a week, because that is generally what happens, and that generally happens in the marketing space. People who say they're going to start out on the journey with you rarely finish it with you. So you just got to be accountable for yourself. And the reason that it's so good is because, so I just got a message come in, 1 second. The reason that it is so good, it makes you accountable. It gives you a sense of consistency and gives you a sense of urgency. 1 minute, guys. I'm just fiddling around at the same time because I've got Dr. M who's just asked for the link as well. There we go. So Dr. M has got the link. So just bear with me, guys. I'm just jumping backwards and forwards on the tabs. So there you go. Dr. M is one of the people that has joined us recently, and you got to just stay consistent. That's what it's all about. So there's no real subject for today. So we've got some people also they're going to jump on. And we've got Els is just about to join us. Look at that. She's just making herself look beautiful with her hair, as she always does. You know, because she has to be charming. I've just had Dr. M ask me for the link, so he said he's got 10 to 15 minutes tops that he can jump on.
Oh,
no real subject for today, and talk of the devil, and he shall appear. Here he comes. Here we go, Dr. M. There we go. One of the superstars of the 50-day challenge, and that's no real subject. No real subject for
stars, guys. You are the stars. I'm just, the secret viewer.
You'll see. I think I've got somebody else, but we can get up to 10 on today, so we'll see how it goes. I'm just 1 second. I'm just asking. We've got Leah. We've got Ilse's superstar here. I'm just dropping in as well. Here we go. So getting back. But Dr. M, it's nice to have you back with us. You joined us 2 or 3 times. I did notice, I don't know if it was just coincidence, but the times you joined us, we generally went over an hour. I actually think you said, one of your ones was the longest, where we had an hour and 15 minutes when you were on.
I know that
people went for dinner and all sorts and come back while you were still talking. But but the value you bring we're honoured to have you with us today. And all my praise goes out to Ilse. So Ilse is responsible for bringing these people to the lives. You worked really hard to bring people on. So thank you, Ilse, for what you've been doing over these last 50 days. It's been very much appreciated. But it highlights the point: if you make a challenge, then stick to it. I mean, people just don't, and you got to be self-accountable. You've got to get that consistency. Isn't that right, Dr. M? We'll make the most of you while you're here, so you can talk away for 10 minutes if you so.
Yeah. I have to jump out in around 10 minutes. So
No problem.
Consistency, and I think the main challenge here is to just be true with yourself and being able to keep up with that consistency. This is the main challenge that you need to look at. So if I'm so glad that you've made your 50 days, Phil. I didn't have any doubt about you, really. I knew that you will be doing it since day one because I saw that you will be doing it. And as you said in your post, I've said that I will be live very soon, and I'm still, figuring out where to click that button. I know those are excuses, but I'm not finding that button yet, but I will find it.
Oh, I'll help you.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. Yeah, we'll all click it for you. You see.
Yeah, she's the technical expert now.
Yeah, and you have yours, and she'll just do it for you. She'll get everybody joining. You know, she is a superstar. She
I'm
really
pushing
is.
El, I'm pushing Els to go live. I don't know why she doesn't.
I don't know why she doesn't either. You know, she's very good at joining people. And yes, come on, Els. When does your show start?
Yeah, I don't do my own shows.
I will hack her computer and change it. I will hack her computer and change the button from go live to join. So maybe she will.
Yes. But yeah, thank you for the comment, Dr. Emmett. But I knew, barring an emergency, that I would finish it. I mean, I actually did a few years ago. I did a 100-day challenge, and I completed that. You know, and that went on. That actually went right through the Christmas period, believe it or not. And we actually went away one weekend. We went away and stayed at a hotel, and my wife said, "Are you still going to continue?" I said, "I've got to." I said, "I've got this challenge." So I just went down with my smartphone, because my wife normally has a sleep in the afternoon. So I went down into this very quiet hotel lobby where everyone's reading papers, and I got the smartphone out and boom, "Hey guys, how you doing?" They're all looking at this nutter sitting in the corner of the hotel lobby where, you know, I'm doing my part of my 100-day lives, and they're thinking, "Who's this guy over here?" I think he's just gone a bit strange. You know, when you set yourself out a challenge, you got to see it through. And I had 2 or 3 people at the beginning who said, "Yeah, I'll join. Yeah, I'll start." You know, and do they? No. You know, they lasted couple of days, I think. It's just but it's just the same in what we do online. People say, "Yeah, I'll join with you, I'll do this, I'll last," and then they just drop off. You've got to be self-accountable. That's what you got to be doing. You got to keep your consistency, and don't worry about anybody else. You can't make people do things. I think Ian Wayne picks up on that.
What I have a question for you right now.
Okay, go.
What is your next step?
What is my next step? I don't know. Look at that. We talk of the devil. Look who's just commented. We have the king. He's got the link. I know he's got the link because Ilse has given it to him so many times. So the next step is to get Wayne on the live. I think that is the next step. I mean, Ilse has given him the link countless of times. I don't know how many times she's given it him, but he is a busy man.
Yeah. The poor guy, he's just a workaholic who doesn't stop, really. And it's great what he's doing for the full community. It's not because he's watching or something, but he's the kind of guy who really wants to help everyone. So, and we are so grateful to be in this community, because yesterday we were talking together with the girls that.
Look at this, guys. Look at this. Sorry to interrupt. Look who we have.
Now I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm not going to talk anymore. This is the Batman now.
No.
We have Batman. We have Batman. Look what you've done, Ilse. Ilse has done this.
What have I done?
We were just talking about you, Wayne. How great to have you join us.
You're
Wayne, we can't hear you. Well, you seem to be muted. We can see you, we can't hear you. We had this problem with somebody else once before.
That's the first. See him not hearing.
That's a first. Yeah, we can see him, but we can't hear him at the minute. Let him figure it out. It might need to be a reboot, because we had one other person do that. One person you brought somebody on. They just didn't get the sound. We could hear everybody else. Well, he's here in person. We're halfway there, so don't know what's happened there.
He's coming.
I think he's going to try and go out and come back in.
He's coming back. That's right.
We'll try again. We'll try again.
Last day.
Well,
sorry, Ilse.
Last day. Yeah.
I know. Getting back to I don't know. Dr. M said, "What next?" Who knows? I always set myself challenges. So I'm going away this week, so I'll probably start a new challenge of some sort when I come back. I made sure it was in place and done. But you were praising. I think Wayne's going to try again. So let's see if we can bring him in. We had this person trouble with one other person. Wayne, try again.
Should work now.
Yep.
Hey!
Yeah, yeah.
The
How are you
famous
guys?
turn it off and turn it on again. How are we doing, Wayne? A pleasure to
Yeah.
have you.
I'm awesome. Like
We were-
Ills has been on me non-stop, literally non-stop. And I finished the training an hour or nearly an hour early. I'm like, I told the guys I got to go. I got to have my lunch. And then I saw you online. I thought, damn, I forgot about that. I'm going to have to do that. So I'm literally 2 hours late for my lunch. 2 hours. I'm going to lose weight as well.
Ilse is
Sorry.
wonderful. She's been a brilliant assistant of mine personally. She's been responsible for bringing so many people to the lives, and I can't really thank her enough. She's done so well. I mean, I got a lot of stick from Dr. M one day when I had all VIPs on here, and he said, "You got a VIP live," and he said, "Yeah, and you're not." He said, "What's going on?"
Now,
But,
it's good.
setting
Have
challenges-
you
Congratulations,
enjoyed the
Phil.
journey, Phil? Yeah. Have you enjoyed it?
Have I enjoyed it? I have. It's been great. I've done challenges before, and it's something I intended to do when I came in, and I wanted to do something quite big. So I went for the 50, and I just knew that once I had every intention of finishing it. I thought, barring an emergency, then I would complete it. There was no two ways. Once I put my mind to something, I generally do it. It takes a lot to stop me doing it.
Yeah, awesome. I haven't really watched many, but I have heard all about them from Ills. I have heard about I've heard about them from Ills, and she's loved them. She's absolutely loved them.
Yeah, I
So,
loved it.
is it something you're going to continue, Phil?
I've been asked that a lot. I probably will, because I think once you start the traction and the momentum, that's the idea behind challenges. Really, it creates that sort of momentum, doesn't it? It gets the ball rolling and it becomes part of your daily routine. So I will probably, whether it be the exact same time every day, that's been a bit hard, but that
You need
the
to
time
do it
that
later
some
for
days
me.
suits me. I know, just for Leah, we're going to do a separate live just for Leah. Yeah, but
You
it
have no
doesn't.
idea
It
how
creates
early
the
I have to get up.
consistency. It does create the consistency, and I've never been too shy about getting on camera, so I don't mind doing them. Yeah, a lot of people ask, "Are you still doing it?" I will probably continue. That's the idea. It's, I'll go away this week, so I might try and shoot a couple from a holiday. That'll be different. Bit of sunshine
Where you
behind
going,
me.
Phil? Where you
Going
going?
to Turkey.
Oh, nice.
Turkey,
That'd be perfect for
yeah.
lives.
It's all blue sky.
Where are you going in Turkey?
Ola Deniz. We've been there once before, and it's where the Blue Lagoon is and all that, and that's where my cover picture was shot. That's where I did my paragliding from. So that's a pretty awesome. I think it's supposed to be the second highest mountain in the world for doing the paragliding from, by all accounts. That's what the guy told me, who we went up with, and that was pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So that's where we're going on. I'll just throw another link out. That's where we're going on Thursday. But it's all about setting yourself targets, Wayne, isn't it? Because I brought this up on yesterday's live, because 2 months ago we were on a fairly tight budget indoors, and we only had the way it was looking was that we only had just about enough money for a small holiday somewhere, and it was looking quite tight. So I said no, and my wife said I'd love to go back to Turkey. So once I heard her say that, I thought, right. So I then contacted one of the best hotel out there, which I knew had really expensive rooms that were like top end of the budget. They got their own jacuzzi in them and all sorts. And I phoned the hotel. I said, "How much is your top room for like 11 nights?" And they gave me this price, which was quite a lot, but I knew it'd be higher. So I said, right, I'm going to do what I can to get as close to that as possible, and try and see if I can get enough funds together and do what I can to make that achievable. I didn't get enough to get the top room that I wanted, but I surpassed all my other targets, because Turkey wasn't even an option 2 months ago, but I made sure that I went out and did it.
Brilliant.
And hit it. And I probably got 3/4 of the way there. And we got a lovely hotel with a nice room and all the rest of it, and we was able to do it. Had I not sort of made that call for how much is it going to be, boom, and That gave me a distant target to aim for, and I got sort of 3/4 of the way there. Got ourselves to Turkey in just as good a hotel with a nice room, etc.
Fantastic, mate. That is that feeling. It's not just about the money. It's the feeling you get from it, and it's the feeling of succeeding, which is the biggest buzz, I think. So well done. That is awesome. That is brilliant.
Thank you.
But
yeah,
it's not just. It's the impact you have as well. You've got 5 people on your live. You're impacting others. You're showing them that they can do this as well. It's not that as hard as what you think. It's just beating that first live. So it's that you're having a pretty decent impact as well, mate. Which is really what it's all about.
It is nice. I must say, Eels has been an absolute trooper. I can't sing her praises enough. I mean, she's gone out. I know she's been badgering you to turn up, and she said, "I hope he comes on." And and she's been responsible for bringing Dr. M, and we've had Cresim here on, and we've had Mandy on, and we've Rosemary. They've all been on. It's all some great OLSP troopers, and it's good because it's not just been us sitting here banging about OLSP. We've talked about all sorts. We really have, and it's covered everything, and it's really highlighted the community of OLSP in general, which is what Dr. M was just talking about. Is the support you get here and what you've put together, Wayne, is sort of second to none. It really is. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's why, like, seeing you guys like this and the work you've put in, Phil, is the kind of reason you do this kind of stuff. It is seeing what the energy you've got, Ills, Dr. M, I know, Leah, like it's why you do it. It is why you do it. So it's awesome to see. What would you say to someone? Because this is like, what would you say to someone who is thinking about doing something like this, Phil? What would you say has been the highlight of it for you for these 50 days?
I think it's like what you touched on. It's getting people together on it. For one, I mean, having the facility to bring more than one person on is definitely huge. It really is, and it gives you. It certainly helps your branding. Is what we always, that's what we talk about to people. That's a massive highlight for me. It's nice having the people come on. It was brought so many different people. Speaking to people, it grows your confidence as well. I mean, I particularly noticed that when she first joined my lives, she was fairly quiet, and it was quite hard to get her to interact. Her confidence has soared just by joining these lives, and she's become so much more confident. I think you'd agree, wouldn't you, Ills? I mean, it's just gone from strength to strength, and
I really do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
In a way, you helped me too, Phil, by doing these lives, and me joining your lives helped me getting more out of my shell.
So Phil's responsible, is he, Ills?
He is.
It's all Phil's fault.
Well, look at what it's done. I mean, if it wasn't for me doing them, Carl, I know Carl's listening. Carl, I've tried sending the link on Messenger, but it seems to be just sending stage. I think the program's slowing it down, so hopefully it'll just go through in a minute. I don't know. Have you got Carl on Messenger? I don't know if you got him or not. Let's see if you can send him a separate link. But yeah, getting by. I mean, like Carl's just commented that he can relate to that, and he's definitely the same. And I've been doing quite a lot of work with Carl sort of directly, and he was the same. His first live, I said to him, "Do yourself a live. I'm challenging you to do some Facebook lives." And I said, "Just do as many you can." And I think he's trying to go for 30 now. He's on about day 15, I believe. And his first one, when he was really nervous, he didn't really know what to say, didn't know what to do, but he sort of struggled through it. Now he's at the stage where because he's a bus driver, a coach tour driver, he's now walking down the road with his phone in his hand, doing his live, chatting away, saying hello to people he's going past. And you think, what a difference. This is just 2 weeks. And he said the impact it's made on his Facebook has been excellent. He said he's brought, people are coming up that he's not spoken to for a long time. He's connecting with new people from his Facebook. They're all saying, you're doing a great job, etc. So it's having that sort of effect as well.
Yeah, it's awesome because in this day and age where it's all about these short reels and grabbing people's attention in 30 seconds, it's also great for you to be able to jump on and just be yourself and share value. It's kind of refreshing in this day and age, isn't it? If it makes sense, rather than doing these little big and short videos on TikTok that we see. Like, it's a place you can give real value, feel good about what you do, help people, and that is the way that affiliate marketing should be done, I believe, by helping people towards their goals as well. So it's been fantastic. I'm really proud of what, it's not just you, but what you guys have done. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
Phil.
it's been
He
brilliant. I said,
planted that seed. You
Yeah,
did
it's
it,
awesome.
Phil. You did it.
Thank you.
The Facebook
Thank you,
Lives
OLSP.
are
I couldn't. I said,
it's
Go on.
weird. There's quite a delay on this, and there's a delay where you talk over
Yeah,
each
there
other on
is.
this stream. Yeah, it's quite weird. But Facebook Lives are one of the most rewarding things you can do by far. I have done thousands of the things. In fact, I haven't really done many this year, but they are one of the most rewarding things you can do. So, yeah, I'd suggest anyone to do them. Anyone. I'd used to do 5 a day at one point. But yeah, so, and you've done it 50 days in a row, mate. That's pretty well done. It's awesome.
I have. Yeah, I've not missed a day. Every single day being here, slogging out. And it doesn't even matter. Sometimes you get, if it feels as being busy somewhere else, and I've done quite a few that I've just be sitting on my own, and there's been days where there's been no viewers, and I say to certain people, I say, well, it doesn't matter because people are on different time zones. Like Leah, for example, who is not always around at 6 a.m. her time, but she is today. But a lot of people watch them back, and I think that's the other thing. People will always watch them back. You get people hashtagging replays and things like that, so they're still getting seen. You're still getting it out. And I think Carl's finally been dropped the link. He's going to try and bring him in. Here we go. Got another. This is one of my early donations. Hi, Carl. I said my link wasn't sending. My link wasn't sending to you, mate. I think it's this does slow things down a little bit on the PC. I haven't got the text set up, but I haven't got the Batman cave yet that Wayne, that Wayne has. But,
yeah, exactly.
But with all the
impressive
technology. But Carl, we were talking about you mentioned what it's done. It's done the same for Carl Wayne. His first live was very nervous. He's done lives before, but getting him to do it again was, I think, by your own admission, Carl, your confidence is already shooting up in just 2 weeks of doing. You're on day 15, is it?
Oh yeah, day 15 today. Actually, funnily enough, I'm in a car park here somewhere, and walking down the street, and one of my colleagues just bumped into me. We're having a conversation. He said, "Have you done your live yet? Have I missed it?"
That's awesome.
And
there you go.
He never comments on it, doesn't like it or anything, but he's just in the background watching.
There's a thing this weird, isn't it? This weird. There's a thing everyone should know, that people are always watching, even if they're not liking and they're not commenting.
Yeah,
people are watching. Yeah. The right people
Definitely.
are watching always.
Yeah,
that's so true. We've picked up on that quite a few times here, and we're always telling people that's why push your content out, do what you're doing, do your lives, etc. I had a guy, I mentioned it on about a week ago. I said I had a guy just, no one I'd spoken to, just dropped in my inbox, and he said, I was on about day 37. And he said, I've been following your 50-day challenge since day one. And he said, we're really enjoying what you've been doing on there and what you've been talking about. Can you tell me a bit more about what you do? And I thought, for 37 days, this guy said nothing. He hasn't interacted. He's not done anything. He's not he's not come on the lives. And then he suddenly pops up and says, I've been watching you since day one. It highlights that fact. It's totally Wayne, isn't it? That people are watching you all the time. That's what we say to people all the time. Just keep pushing out the content, keep putting the lives out.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
When I was doing it before, it was like I was getting complete strangers just coming up to me and saying hi.
You're famous, Carl.
Absolutely, worldwide, Wayne.
Worldwide. Wayne, you well, it's international now. By the way,
Yeah,
Wayne, you're
international.
a big advocate of Facebook Lives. I think you'd rather, Wayne, you'd rather do a live than a post all day long, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's that thing. It's that thing where I was so afraid of it at one point. It brings great pleasure to be able to do it without worrying about the fare, without just being able to do it. And I can sit there for 2 hours on my own, talk. You watch. I can just sit there, and to be able to look back, it's one of the big things we need to do, like as entrepreneurs, look back at our wins and celebrate the wins. So I do that.
Yeah.
Become grateful for them. Do that quite a bit. But to be able to think maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I couldn't even speak to people. But now it's because of really Facebook Lives and doing them now. It gives you confidence. There's things you can do to it just changes. It's a personal journey. This entire thing isn't really about making money. That's the end result. It's the personal journey you go on to end up making that money, which is the exciting thing. People don't realize how much of a personal journey this thing can be in personal development, like jump to the next stage, having to do the things you don't want to do because you're afraid of the boogeyman that doesn't exist. But yeah, sorry, I don't want to take over. It's your live, mate.
No.
You know, I'm like, once I start, I don't stop.
Yeah, it's great. Well, we have two. We have Dr. M here too. He does that. You know, so
all the time, you guys.
Dr. M.
So between the
we did notice.
Today, is it?
We did notice. We said at the start that our longest lives, the ones we went over an hour, were the ones where we had Dr. M with us. So
is that why he's quiet? Is he?
No, I'm quiet. I have the master among us, so I cannot speak. That's why. No, it's like, it's good for people just to know what we are able to do.
Say he's been a bit quiet.
To ourselves, to connecting together. I'm just woke up, so my English, I might speak in Arabic very soon. So take care. No, so yes, what we are trying to do, and what we are trying to just to give the right ideas about what is our community, because I still think that one of the biggest asset that OLSP has is our community. If you just ask any question 24/7, anytime in any one of our group, you will find someone, a total newbie who was just here one day before, or a veteran like Robert or Mendy or even Wayne. Sometimes when he has time, he will jump in and immediately answer any question if he is able to do it. And this is what is great about that community. And this is what you will never find in any other group. And this is based on my experience. I didn't see any group just having that active community. People are going to do the research for you and just trying to help you. And this is true. We've seen it in all our chat every day. Yesterday in one of our mastermind, this is one of the great things that you are missing, Phil, till now. I'm telling you. You are missing the mastermind on Friday night, really. I'm just pushing you for VIP. I don't know why.
I know. I've had.
I'm
just coming via a guest pass.
You have to come. There was just one question about something, I don't remember exactly why. And suddenly on the chat, I saw someone already going to Google, researching what is the exact definition of it, giving a full history on the comment. It's like, just to help people. Even if, he was able to just sit around and don't say anything, don't even bother with anything, because he knows the information for himself. No, the guy went out, he made the research, he just copied it, pasted it, and he was able to answer any question, just in order to keep the flow of the conversation going without interrupting any other people. This is great. This is really, you cannot see it anywhere. You see it in companies, in family companies, where people are helping each other, but you don't see it in big corporates. There is no one that is going to help you. And this is what is really good about that group. Not because Wayne is here. You know me. I'm a big fan of OLSP since but since I joined, in fact. But this is what you see why I talk too much, Wayne. Please shut me up and continue to take the lead.
That was the Diddy Rot effect, wasn't it? He was looking up.
Yeah, exactly.
Diddy Rot effect. Yeah.
That's why I moved to the OLSP, though, is because of that help in the community. Because where I was before, I wasn't getting that. And here, I've done so much more in this community than I did in the other two I was in.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Right.
The community.
We moved here because
the community is definitely. Yeah, the community is definitely what makes the difference. I think we've all been in programs before where you reach out to somebody and you say, "Hey, can you give me some help with this?" And they say, "Oh, who's your upline?" And you'll say, "Oh, so and so." "Oh, you're not in our team. You're not in our matrix." And "Oh, okay, so you're nothing. You're nothing to do with us." And they leave you. It's unbelievable. But I've never seen the community that you get here. It's second to none. What I mean, it doesn't matter who's with who. Nobody cares who's under who or who's in who is sponsored by who. The help. I remember one of the very first helps I got was from Dr. M, where I sort of hit panic station because I just sent me Magic Link traffic off. It just got approved, and the day it got approved, GetResponse decided to suspend me account and do a verification check, and I was like, oh shit, but Dr. M just messaged me, and he was so good, so helpful. He was brilliant, and you just you saw the difference then, and it's just been the same since then. Nobody minds who's with who. The help you can get from anybody is just second to none. It really is.
Awesome. I have to go, guys.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
This StreamYard's really quite got a bit of lag in it, isn't it? It's really odd. Listen. It
has got a bit. We haven't got the technology that you have, Wayne. Unfortunately, we have to make do with these little programs.
No,
but it gets people on. It's great. It is good. It is awesome. Good.
I have to go, guys, because I'm late. I'm like 32 minutes late for my next thing. Well, food, and I'm hungry. I'm very hungry. So Phil, well done, mate. Well done, mate. It's been awesome, and well done, Carl, as well, and Ills, Dr. Emily. It's been awesome. Keep it up, Phil, because I can see this becoming something really, really good, mate. Really good.
Yeah.
And I think that's now finished.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for the invite, Ills. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining, Wayne. Brilliant. Wow,
you
did it. You did it.
It was Wayne. I just shared a link. It is Wayne who helped on, not me. I didn't force it.
Now, Phil, I have to ask that question. Now, what are you going to promote? There is no more daily challenge. What are you going to promote?
Well, the next few
a full day.
I shall. Well, like I said, I'll go away on this coming Thursday, so I won't be doing many main challenges between now and then. But I will think of something. Maybe we have a Dr. M live. I think that's a good idea.
We're working on it.
Yes, because I mean you're great. You're great at joining. I think especially that's the next challenge. I think is to get Ills and Dr. M to do their own individual lives that we can join in on. You don't want us. You don't want to see us in a co-life together. It's crazy. But no. Well, my VRB James has said start over with a new 60-day challenge. I do challenges all the time. But
did I just
nice.
hear James?
I want to join somebody else.
Maybe James Shepard is doing it. I just.
Yeah, maybe James. Yeah, James has been shooting lives from. Yeah, James has been shooting lives from his phone. So James, you can start doing more lives.
I think
they've been a bit. Go on, Carl.
Well, I think you can all come and join mine.
We can join yours. You got to get the program, so we can all jump on, and because I don't think Facebook allows you.
Ilse and I tried to do a live last week to launch my ebook, and I, for the life of me, couldn't figure out anywhere on Facebook where I could add her so that we could do it together. So we just ended up filming a video. I
Oh,
think we
okay.
spent
I got,
like 2 hours trying to do it. There was a lot of bloopers.
I saw the
I got a-
bloopers, guys. Oh, no.
I got a message.
Anyways,
I got a message recently from Facebook to ask me if I wanted to invite people.
oh wow. Maybe you
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
have
but
to do it
your-
on lives and then they let you.
Yeah, but your
I
Facebook's
don't know.
weird, Carl. I mean, you know,
I
he's.
know, yeah, I know.
Let's talk about your Facebook a minute, because Dr. M, have you ever heard this? He's got this face. He showed me a screenshot because when he first told me, he says Facebook tells him what he needs to be doing in order to get his content seen on a regular basis. It brings him up like a checklist. You know, and he says, you now need to do your post. You now need to comment on someone else's post. You now need to do this. And I said, what? I said, well, like, so if you're a good boy, we'll show your posts. And he actually sent a screenshot
You have
over this.
virtual assistant for free. You have virtual assistant for free. What do you need more?
That's
He
it,
does.
yeah.
Carl,
The
do you have the
virtual assistant.
professional
I've-
Facebook?
I've never seen
No,
it on
no.
mine. It's
Oh,
never come up.
okay.
on my
Because I have
radar,
the
you know.
professional Facebook, and it actually tells me like how many views I need to get to the next level. And then if I need to comment on any posts that I have posted, like my reels and stuff, if I have to reply to anyone, it'll tell me that.
So do you pay for that one?
No, it's free.
Oh, okay. They keep telling me I can upgrade if I want to.
I've never seen that on Facebook.
No, I've never seen that. Are
No,
you sure
it's
that's
just it's a
Facebook?
free option you can have, and then it gives you insights on all your posts, on who it's being shown to, how long they're watching your videos for, and everything.
Yeah, I think I've just been a good boy, and they like me.
That's why Dr. M doesn't get anything. That's why.
Yeah, totally true.
Yeah.
Guys, I need to go. Guys, I really need to go. I have people that came in. I just wanted to come on your day 50 to tell you that it was great. Thank you for letting me in that journey. Phil, you've done great. Now, really, I'm looking for your next challenge. Else, see you later. Carl, it was great meeting you. Leah,
It's a
don't
pleasure.
talk to me. No,
We will talk later.
I love you. You know this. Bye. Bye. Bye,
you.
guys.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. M. Thanks very much. Yeah, thank you. It's quite good when I've had a couple of lives now. It's just been myself and Leah, and I quite like it when Leah comes on, because when she first joins, it's like pitch black behind her out the windows, and
Now it's daylight.
As it literally gets lighter, and you sort of think we've either been here hours or it's just we've caught her at sunrise.
Trust me, it's painful getting out of bed at 5 a.m. for these lives sometimes.
I get up at 5 in the morning.
I
Most
know how
mornings.
I know
difficult
I'm
that
not
is.
a morning
Yeah.
person. Even like I would have to be at work
Oh,
at
God.
7 for the hospital, and I hated getting up early.
Yeah.
No, well, it was once a gym like mine, because I said I'm down 4 days a week. I'm down my gym before it opens at 6, and we're waiting for it to open. And she says, and she said to me, "You have a gym that opens at 6?" I said, "Yes, it's great, and it's so busy down. You know, it's really popular. But that time suits me perfectly. You know, it really has. It just works really well. I leave my house about 5:30 in the morning, get down there about 10 to 6, and it's nice. It's a sociable thing. You get a lot of the same people turning up at the same times, and you know that's another part of it. It's all good for your mental health and stuff like that. So it's a social thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I've tried to get my wife to come down for 6, but she says no. 6 is for sleeping, and that's that. You know,
I can't do the early morning workout thing.
That's her answer. Talking of which, my wife's just come out of the room. Just talking about you. You know, 6 is for sleeping. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she hasn't. They agree with you, or Leah does. But yeah, it's been good. So I'll have to think of a new challenge. I'll probably try and drum up something. So I'm going to ask the question, Ilse, when are you going to do your own live?
Yeah,
when Casey is done doing hers.
No, not Casey. We're not going with that girl in RPM. We want the OLSP.
when she has the time.
Maybe I'll just do some and then she can join me.
Well, that's a start. That's a start.
Schedule little meeting.
Since we talk every day anyways.
But I mean, I can only thank you enough for getting Wayne on here. Was that I know that was your single-handed work, and he's been, that's a massive moment in itself. So we'll have to definitely save this video.
I knew he would turn up on the last day.
I was hoping, but we didn't know for sure. Didn't know for sure, but I mean, I know we messaged him for the last 3 days, and it paid off. But it's nice.
Yeah.
I think it highlights again the power of the community we have here, because would that have happened in any other program? No chance.
No.
They wouldn't have taken the
never.
interest. But Wayne loves what he does. Wayne loves what we do. And that's why he turned up. But he didn't just shoot up for a couple of minutes and jump off. He stayed for a good 15-20 minutes, and it highlights what it really does highlight what we've got here. It's a great community of people.
Yeah, I think so.
I know.
Carl, so I mean, Carl's got his first main member on board yesterday, which is a massive lift for him. It shows that things are working. It shows now he's got a bit of direction. I've helped him with a DMO, and he's starting to see now the results of the efforts, and it's once you get it, it becomes easier. It's like anything, and once you master adding one piece to it, then you can add another piece to it, and then it becomes part of your routine, and then you're up all night like Elsis.
Oh well, I write everything down. So
not the red book. Oh, not the red book. We've got the red book.
Yes, the red book has all my lives in it.
That's awesome.
But yeah, you're doing really well, Carl, and just keep it up. And like you're seeing the difference already. You're only on day 15 of your lives, and you're seeing the interaction. You're seeing the engagement. You're seeing it's bringing your Facebook to life. And that's one of the things I said to you. I said, just make yourself do a live every day. It doesn't have to be the same time every day. It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. As long as you're doing it every day, and then people will just start engaging. And it's working for you, isn't it? You're getting people messaging that you haven't spoken to for ages. It's a powerful thing. And the good thing is, like you've seen myself, I've just done a couple of times on the way home from the gym, just put them on and shoot them. And then people will message you back, oh, I enjoyed that live you did this morning. Great,
Yeah. My next purchase is a selfie stick, because it's getting a bit hard to hold the phone up.
I remember when those first came out.
And everyone was so I'm not sure what the next challenge will be. There won't be one before I go away, that's for sure. I'll probably shoot a couple from where I am, but then when I come back, I'll have to think of something new and that to do. But by this time, I'm hoping to be joining in on Leah's and Ilse's lives. I mean, come on, girls, come on. Don't keep looking at me like that, Ilse. I mean, come on, you're good at joining in. Now you got to start hosting. Host your live.
I guess I'll have to work on Ilse and Dr. M. We're in for it now.
So come on, Ilse, when are you going to start? Come on, I want to put a bit of pressure on you. She's ignoring me at the minute. Come on, Ilse, talk to us.
I'm listening, but do I have to talk?
Yes, that's just the idea, generally.
But three other people talking, so yeah. Somebody has to kick my butt,
No, well.
You have to kick my behind.
Well, in January, we'll be able to do that, so.
Yeah, I know. We have a plan, Leah and I. So tell Leah.
Okay.
Well, I live in the most expensive city in Canada. I'm actually going to throw all my stuff into storage in December, and Ilse and I are meeting up in Thailand in January for my birthday, and we're going to hang out there for a couple months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Just a couple of months,
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe longer.
Just a few months.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you
Just a
go.
couple months.
Then you got girl
There's-
power lives. You know, come
Oh
on.
well, we've been working on the girl power thing
there are-
since I came on board.
Yeah.
So
There are plenty of places over there that lease out like desks and stuff like that. You know, these places, I don't know what you call them, the nomad, digital nomad.
Yeah, I'm on the
air-
digital nomads Airbnbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on those.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can literally lease a palm hut right next to the sea. You know, with a Wi-Fi connection.
yeah, we're gonna get lots of content there and stuff, and it's just gonna be fun because we spend
Yeah.
so much time like on Skype with each other throughout the day that it's pretty much like we're in the same room with very different time zones.
How cool is that? I mean, that's brilliant.
So
It really is. We can't wait we'll look forward to that one. That's going to be awesome. Really, really good.
That's
Yeah,
our
there you
own birthday present, because next month is my birthday. So
yeah,
Oh.
hers is in
Ooh.
February, mine is in January.
Mm,
Oh, right.
that'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to that one. Definitely, awesome. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
Ilse, when are you going to do your lives?
You're not getting out of this. I know we can do lots in
No.
January, but until then,
Leave your
Something down.
mute button alone and keep because she is tapping her mute button.
Yeah, tapping it. So yeah, we will see. I'm busy. I'm very busy, guys. You know,
I know,
not only OLSP.
but you know as good as anybody that you could make time if you needed to. Because this is what you
I
preach.
know.
This is
She's
what
not
you
buying
preach.
it,
So you can't get out of this one now. You know, you have to make the time. It was like you tell us and everybody else. So make the time for your lives.
Yeah. Definitely.
She's gone quiet now. I've never known her to be so quiet. Have you
Yeah,
ever known her
yeah.
to be this quiet, Leah? You know.
I know, honestly, you should have seen her yesterday. We couldn't get her to stop with anything. So
I had my crazy moment, and I had my crazy
you
ADHD
had us
moment.
all on the floor. We were laughing so hard.
I even had flappy ears on, so
Yeah.
you can imagine it.
Well, you
So,
didn't
guys,
put your
there
ears
we-
on when you were talking to me.
Yeah, I noticed that. I dropped out of the live yesterday, and I noticed I just left you two connected, and every time I walk past, you two are still gassing away and talking away, you know, which is great. But I'm sure you got tons of value from Ilse again there, Wayne. I mean, Carl, because
Yes, very much. Very much. Yeah, just. That's all gone quiet now.
it is. We'll wait to see you. Yeah,
I'm
we're
still
listening.
waking up here. It's still, we haven't finished my coffee yet.
I know, but you normally talk when you're on here. When I've had two with you now on my own, you know, and we're plenty to say. I was telling Ilse the following day after we did our one. I said it started off just about our subject. I said, but the 3/4 of it, I think we were just putting the world to rights, talking about energy prices and cost of living, and which is how it goes. And I think that's been a lot of it. Has been the beauty. It's not just been sitting here on any of the lives banging on about OLSP or the marketing. We talked about all sorts, and I think that shows that highlights a lot, because it shows to people that we're just normal people out there, you know, and people can relate to it. People jump on and comment.
Cost of living is just crazy these days.
Yeah, so I didn't realise. I mean, because obviously, I think everywhere's suffering. But I said, myself and my wife we watch some of these programs where they go around the world doing things, and we like sort of programs like that. And because we particularly wanted to go to Canada at some stage, and we saw them paying for these things, and we're like, what? The prices. I said, like I mentioned to you, they said they paid for 2 people to get on a ferry, and we're like, $240 a day with a laugh, to go across on a ferry. We're like, unbelievable prices, and we were just sort of said, oh my god, if we need to go to Canada, we need to take a lot of money with us, because
you do. Yeah, and it depends on what part of Canada you go to. Like, I mean, Toronto's really expensive, and Vancouver's, well, BC is all expensive, but Vancouver especially. And yeah, the ferries, even flying within Canada is super expensive. Leaving Canada is not as expensive.
Yeah, they don't mind you leaving.
A lot of people go down to the States and buy their groceries because it's literally way cheaper to do that, even with the exchange rate. And our dollar is like in the toilet right now. So
jeez,
it's unbelievable. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we were only sort of just good. Was that Carl?
Is that why vehicle prices are so high?
I feel like vehicle prices have kind of always been high in Canada. I know they've gone up quite a bit. We have like a new tax on luxury vehicles. So any vehicle over $100,000, the government taxes you again. So there's like 3 taxes on that. Tesla just dropped. I think their Teslas are now 15,000 cheaper than they were, but they did raise it 30,000 like a couple of years ago. So there are some incentives to go to EV. Yeah, I like the government has incentives for EV vehicles and stuff, but the problem with EVs is the grid isn't going to be able, if everyone switches over to EVs, the grid won't be able to handle it.
Yeah, it's over here. They did a comparison on full tanks on a petrol vehicle and on an EV, and it was just a quarter cheaper to run a petrol than it was to run an EV.
Yeah. It's
so I don't see
what's going on here.
What incentives there are.
They have like weird rebates, but again, like the rebates for the EV vehicles can't be over the $100,000. Otherwise, and you can get up to like $8,000 back.
All right.
The last time I looked at it, that's what it was. I think, and I think there is a rebate for electric bicycles as well now.
Wow. Okay.
So, but I would never bike in the city.
I was looking
the
at
drivers here are too crazy.
Yeah, I was looking at the queues for charging the electric vehicles, and they were just so long.
Yeah, it depends too on like
infrastructures are.
We don't have the infrastructure for like the superchargers and stuff here. We're slowly working on it, especially like in the northern part of the province, like up where my parents live. It's a lot harder. Like a lot of my friends have hybrid vehicles and they just charge them at home, and it's like an overnight charge because they don't have the superchargers. So it's an 8-hour charge then.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have the infrastructure, and even like we're in the middle of building this massive dam right now, and even once that's built, if everyone switched to EVs, the grid won't be able to handle it. So
wow.
Well, it's been quite a get together, isn't it? I mean, Ilse has done it again. Ilse is taking the crown once more for getting all these superstars.
You need your bunny ears, Ilse.
Yeah. But hey, who knows what? I mean, I'll probably continue to do them. I've had so many people ask, "Are you continuing to do them? Are you continuing?" So I think sometimes you don't realise how popular things are because people aren't always here, like on the live. But a lot of people watch them back, And I even had a message from Jesse this morning said he's watched quite a lot of them back because he's sort of 9 hours. He managed to join us for one of them, and he said he watches them back because he knows that me and Ilse were on here, and he knows we've had and the likes of Leah and Dr. M and all sorts of people joining us. So it's people like it because they know they're getting value. Like you just pick up on, I think you mentioned it yesterday, or you can get that one little nugget sometimes, and people go, "Oh, hang on," and they'll make a note of that, you know. And that's all you need. Sometimes you can sit on a live for an hour or whatever, or 40 minutes, and you can get one piece of golden information that's gonna help you out and come up with an idea and make a note of it yourself and start implementing it yourself. And that's what it's all about. There's so much valuables out there.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're at 55 minutes. We're nearly hit the hour. I think it's certainly been a marvelous turnout today. So thank you, Leah. Thank you all for doing what you do.
Welcome. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Carl, once for joining us, and all the others for joining us. And long may it continue. We'll have to see. I'll think of a new challenge to do on the return of the holiday, but I'll keep the lives going as best as I can. But in the meantime, I'll be looking out for Ilse or Leah doing their own lives that I can come and see.
Well, I have to relaunch my ebook, so we're definitely doing one.
There we go, but not at 6 a.m. your time. I take it. So
as much as I've been flipping over to UK time, it's not at 6 a.m.
Not at 6 a.m. But thanks for joining us once again. So thanks all of you guys. You've been brilliant, and whatever you're doing, have a great day, people, and we'll catch you on the next live. Thanks very much, and cheers, and bye now.